All right, having a little fun with the Robar shield. Let's have a look here. Nice little double taps on our poppers there. That's fun. Oh yeah, that ported barrel, man, it just does great for that kind of stuff. Oh yeah. Guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we're going to be showcasing a really cool little carry pistol. This is actually my Performance Center Shield 9mm, but it's had some extensive modifications done to it by Robar. Really great group of people. This has had some really interesting stuff done to it that we're going to talk about. I kind of hinted in the last video, you know, we've already reviewed this gun once, but I hinted in the last video that we had some corrosion problems around the rear sight base and little bits of stuff with the roll pins and a few little things like that. But I mentioned that we would send this gun off to Robar and kind of get their custom package done on it. Robar does a lot of, you know, gun customization, and they've been at it for a long dang time. If you run into anybody in the industry, you pretty much know from talking to them that Robar is really one of the original guys to do this kind of stuff. This particular gun has had some pretty neat things done. One is the Robar texture on the frame. It's what they call the Robar texture, and it's basically like, I think they have some mad woman, and she gets this like hot stuff, and then she grabs the gun and goes, "Argh!" But seriously, they put it in this thing, and I don't know if they bake it on or whatever magic gremlins or little elves they have back there with little hammers or mallets or whatever, but it's an awesome, awesome texture. It's not overly aggressive. It doesn't really bite into your hand. It adds a lot of grip to the gun. It just really feels nice in the hand. It's not overly, you know, ugly looking or anything like that. It's a real nice, attractive looking texture they add. All the internal surfaces on this gun have been MP3 plussed. So it's a very slick surface that is very easy to clean with simply just a rag. It just wipes off. Nothing really sticks to it. Also, you don't really have to lubricate the pistol as much as you would in any other environment with other type of finish. So the MP3 and MP3 pluses that they offer have always meant to add corrosion resistance as well as lubricity. Okay, so that's another interesting aspect. Now, this gun was already ported from Smith & Wesson. This was actually a Performance Center gun, so it came with the high-vis fiber optic sights as well as the ported barrel. But of course, all the internal metal components were MP3 plussed. The color on this is a gray poly T2 coating, which is, you've probably heard of black T if you've been around the industry any amount of time, or if you work in the, let's just say, other industries like maybe the automotive and aeronautics industry. You've probably heard of black T. It's basically just a really awesome surface finish. And man, you know, these slides are stainless steel from the get-go. But then by the time they add that poly T2 on there and that gray color, it's just a really attractive looking color. Adds a nice attractive contrast to the gun. Just gives it a really awesome appeal, awesome sex appeal, if you would. Okay, so it definitely has a nice look to it. Also, they did extended beaver tail on the back, which allows you to get a very high purchase on the gun and allows you to really get those mitts on there nice and tight when you're squeezing that thing for dear life to shoot it, okay? Really awesome. It's got an Apex trigger performance kit, all of that installed. All the internal surfaces have been polished and honed. And guys, I know it's difficult to really show in a video like this, but guys, that trigger is just phenomenal. It's just such an easy gun to shoot. And really, this type of gun is a straight up life and liberty carry gun. You know, this type of service on a gun like this is not inexpensive by any stretch of the imagination. But like Chad mentioned in his other video, he's got a Robar 43. We sent both of our guns off at the same time, and we thought it would be fun at some point to maybe compare the guns in a video to really see like the apex of what can be done with each platform, what can be done with the 43 versus what can be done with the Shield. So I'm going to shoot the gun a little more. I robbed my wife's magazines. All right, well, so far the gun is shooting boringly accurate, definitely better than I can shoot, but the guns definitely helps. I mean, that ported barrel for those rapid shots is just great. I mean, there's just no rise in this guy. It's just great. Watch. Look at that. I'll just put all those rounds right in there. I'll do it again on the plate right next to it. This thing is just so easy to shoot fast. And if there's a guy right on top of you, I mean, you got him. Look at that. Gosh, I could just sit there and do that all day, man. The way it just stacks those rounds in there. Ah, love it, love it, love it. All right, we got some HST tactical here. This is the 147 grain loading. This particular loading you can get in 50 round boxes, which is great. We got some sodas down there. We've got a wonderful shield here that is delivering the goods. And I think we can see where this is going. All right. These 147s, they should shoot to about the same point of aim. I'm gonna take out some sodas. Got a mixture of 2 and 3 liter sodas. Whoa, oh, hold the phone. Hold the phone, 3 liters. And 1 for the gopher. Ah, man, this is just great. In case you guys can't tell, I'm in heaven right now. This gun is just wonderful. The only other thing I think that I'm gonna change on this gun moving forward, I am gonna probably opt for some of the Trijicon DeepU night sights. And real quickly, Trijicon, if you're listening, hopefully you are. Hopefully my voice matters somewhat. I don't know, maybe. But if Trijicon's listening, why don't you try taking some of the sight assemblies and sending them off and getting them MP3'd or MP3 Plus, and then install the vials in them, and then maybe people won't have their sights rusting and stuff. Because, you know, depending on how you carry, really, no matter how you carry, chances are your body is going to come in contact with the sights, okay? At least the rear sights. So it'd be kind of neat to have a corrosion-resistant sight housing, especially you look at the fiber optic sights that are already installed on this gun. It really wouldn't be that big of a deal to chunk them in a batch and get them, you know, MP3'd, and then put your fiber optic inserts back in there, and then bam, you got you a set of corrosion-resistant sights. In my experience, that's generally what most people complain about on a carry gun, generally, is going to be the sights rusting really bad, the rear sight. Also, the roll pins in the gun. A lot of little things like that, generally, you're going to get little bits of corrosion, stuff like that. It's frustrating, but that's really what the point of these high performance coatings are, where you can carry the thing all day long, and man, it's just great. The trigger bar is actually aluminum on this gun, or the trigger bow, I'm sorry, the bar is what runs on the inside, the bow is right here. But the actual trigger is very, very nice. It's just breaks real crisp. It's just great. All right, so I'm gonna take the range out just a little bit. This is a carry gun, so we're talking kind of relatively close range anyway. These targets right here, they didn't stand a dang chance being that close to me. And you gotta think, this is standoff distance. This is, you know, a knife wielding maniac, if you will. Let's step it out maybe just a little bit further, about 14 yards away. He's done. All right, I'm gonna take my time and try to shoot a group here. I mean, guys, that's slow fire right there, but that center mass at 14 yards, all the rounds pretty much in the size of the bottom of a Coke can. That's pretty much the exact same accuracy that Chad's getting out of the Glock 43. So a lot of these compact single stack carry guns like the Shield, they are very similar in terms of the performance they provide in the way of accuracy. One thing on the Shield, and this is not meant to be a comparison review of the two guns, but I do like the fact that you get an 8-shot mag plus 1 when you're carrying you got 9 shots in the gun. So you already got 2 up on the Glock right out the gate. So that's pretty cool. All right, one more mag here. Gosh, this little devil is just shooting so dang good. And of course, I guess the work Robar did is okay. No, it's great. All right, we're gonna step it out to 35 yards. All right, 40 yards. Not so easy there. All right, 75 yards. It's a long way for a little gun. All right, couple of more mags. You know, prior to sending my gun out to Robar, you know, we've done a full review on this particular gun already, and we've ran a wide variety of different carry ammunition through this gun without any hiccups. I mean, I knew the HSTs were gonna run just fine, no problem there. One thing that I can mention on this, another benefit of the MP3 type coating, especially on things like a barrel, is that one, you're actually getting also some additional kind of slickness when it comes to the rounds feeding in, you know, up the feed ramp. So you're getting a slicker feed ramp that really not hold dirt and grime and other things like that quite as much. So you're not gonna really get dirty as quickly as you would on a non-coated barrel. And I would imagine too, when you start slicking up the metal to that degree, I don't know about the internal surfaces of the barrel, but it would seem to me that you'd also maybe get even slightly higher velocities too by having some type of a treated barrel like that too. So all in all, it's a great carry gun. This video is meant to be just kind of a initial look, just to have a little fun with this particular gun. The services that they provide are excellent. The turnaround's pretty quick, considering that it is you know, a custom gun they're doing for you when you do place the order. But the prices are reasonable. Turnaround's pretty good. The work's excellent. This is really a review of their services more than it is the Performance Center gun. If anything, this should reinforce whether or not somebody should buy a Shield, because in my opinion, I think the Shield is the coolest single stack on the market. Chad is more of, he's on the dark side. He's on the Glock 43 side, which I like the Glock. You know, Glock makes great handguns. But I don't know, I've just been a bit of an M&P convert. I really enjoy their guns a lot. And this one is just, man, not to sound corny, but this is the apex of what this gun should be, in my opinion. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna pick up the pace. I'm gonna try to shoot that second going even faster. You're not gonna do that with a non-ported gun, not like this. That's just great. Oh yeah, that's some defense medicine right there, boys and girls. Man, I could shoot this gun all day, but I think you guys get the idea. Pretty dang cool. You can see we've got some carbon buildup on the barrel and everything. I mean, I can literally just take my shirt and just wipe that right off. It just really doesn't stick to it hardly at all. I'm really excited to see how this gun will hold up. Chad also has a review in the works on his Robar 43. I know we mentioned that briefly earlier in the video here, but we're gonna see how both the guns hold up. I'm gonna carry the heck out of this thing, and then he and I both will kind of report back in probably about 6 or 8 months, and we'll see how well these finishes are holding up, how well the anti-corrosive properties of the finish hold up in time, and we'll really put this to the test in the long run. So thank you for watching today's video. I am so happy with this gun. It just rocks. I love it. It's just great. And thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We have many more videos on the way, more pistol reviews. If you like this kind of thing, make sure you subscribe. Guys, we have so many different things in the melting pot that we're doing in terms of videos. So if you like what you saw, stay tuned. Much more on the way. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.